The 2000 to 2003 downturn was a relentless 2-year grind. For most retail traders, it was pure misery. The market carved a jagged sawtooth pattern across the charts. Deep falls were followed by sharp rallies, then even deeper falls. Those massive swings act like a psychological trap, explicitly designed to whip traders between false hope and absolute panic. Emotion is a liability in a market like this. For the ITMB strategy, this period was the ultimate stress test. Surviving a multi-year market meat grinder requires abandoning your feelings and blindly trusting a mechanical system. Our ITM out signal triggered in September 2000, safely pulling us to the sidelines. We sat in cash until March 2001, when the SPY index dropped 20% to trigger an official bear market. On March 12th, we entered Trade 1, but the bulls immediately caught us in a trap as prices whipped back up. Weeks later, our out signal triggered, letting us escape with a 6.9% profit before a serious loss developed. We entered Trade 2 2 months later and took a minor loss. Frustrating, but necessary. Accepting small, choppy losses is how a mechanical system protects your account from a catastrophic failure. By Trade 3, the September 11th terrorist attacks occurred. The New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ shut down immediately, remaining closed for the longest period since 1933. When markets finally reopened on September 17th, panic set in. The SPY dropped 7% in a single day, the steepest percentage fall since 1987. In the middle of that global shock, the ITMB strategy required zero discretionary overrides. We simply followed the predefined signals. We exited Trade 3 in October with a 35.7% profit. Of our 8 total bear trades, many were tiny gains or losses bouncing along the threshold. But Trade 6 was different, capturing a 15% drop for a massive 51.6% profit. The strategy took a brief bull trade mid-bear, taking a tiny loss on a false signal. It never tries to guess the trend. It just follows the rules. Mechanically cutting losers short is the only way you survive long enough to ride the massive wealth-building drops. In March 2003, the market finally bottomed out. The 2-year grind was over. Here is the final math. We started with $1,000. At the end of the bear market, the account was worth $2,113. The account gained over 100% in value, while the broader market was in a state of total collapse. The strategy works because the average 21% winners completely dwarf the 5% losers. You simply cannot outsmart a volatile market. You have to rely on objective mechanics to win the marathon.